Welcome to my channel where we question everything. Today's topic is, what shall I call it? The stupidity of the leaders that cause wars. And what I would like to start off with, I recently finished a Danish television series, 2014, called 1864. It's a very short name. But in any case, it goes about the Danish government that after the successful war in 1851 or 2, in any case, about Schleswig-Holstein, which was then by agreement, or the peace agreement, allocated to Russia, to German Prussians. In any case, and so the Ukrainians felt that that province belonged to Danish, and then the National Party, who wasn't at the helm of it in the 1850s, got into power, and the Prime Minister, the leader, a guy called Monrad, had this vision of Denmark, and which was totally false. It's actually more than lunacy, and which came out later on that his whole family actually belonged in the loony bin, one stage rather. But in any case, he had this fantasy of Denmark being the greatest nation on earth, and the soldiers are invincible, and Schleswig-Holstein belongs to Dane. And then they modified, I believe, the constitution or some proclamation, and they tried to annex Schleswig. And it's called the Second Schleswig War. And the Prussians, they didn't believe what was actually happening, and they were forced to declare war against Denmark, and which they actually did. In any case, and they assembled a huge army consisting out of Prussians and Austrians with large cannons, and they approached Schleswig-Holstein, and they prepared to attack the Danes. And the first battle they went off, the Danish were in their fortification, and they pummeled the Prussians, and the Prussian soldiers retreated for a while. And then later on, it became winter, and the sides of the defense line became frozen. So it was a possibility that the Prussian army could actually flank these defensive positions and then go around them. And then the generals decided to withdraw them to another defense line. But I'm not going to tell the whole story. It's on Wikipedia. I will leave a link to the IMDb website, so you can even go and look at the whole history and read the whole movie if you want to spoil it. But in any case, there's a love story about that, and all the drama goes in. But what I would actually do is the idiocy of the leaders and the total stupidity of this whole military campaign, and that the politicians had no idea what war was, and they had no support for the troops. In fact, Monrad at the front, when they said they wanted to retreat, the general said retreat, and he actually said, no, they shouldn't retreat. Then the general said, but then we will lose half of our army. And then this idiot said, actually, well, if that's necessary, then we lose half of our army. Didn't care that thousands of soldiers would die. But in any case, the end scene, it's in the third fortification that they tried to protect, and that was the final battle, I believe. The Prussian army started with their long-range cannons, and bombarded the Danish soldiers in their trenches for about 6 hours, and then they made a physical infantry attack. But the graphics and so on are amazing. The acting is amazing. The scenes are amazing. And it gives you some form of idea of what war really is and how stupid it is and how men and soldiers feel about that. So I would suggest that you go and have a look at that movie, the TV series. It's really, really good. But in any case, why I'm actually saying this is that people don't really understand what war is and what politicians are. And if I have to look at a comparison, then this Monrad, I can actually associate with Zelensky, who is just as delusional and mad and a drug addict. And if I look at the supporting guys that actually, well, there was a third person actually involved, and that was a female actor to whom Monrad looked up and who actually inspired him to do this whole exercise. So she's actually the one that pushed the whole story. And if I have to look at who I can compare that woman to, I can look at Britain. That would be a good equivalent of an analog. And if I have to look at the two parliament members that supported Monrad in his exercise, then I could associate them with America and with Germany. But all the other, Germany, they are the most prominent. Or maybe the Polish. Yeah, the Polish are mad enough. I would, because all of these guys are disillusional. Alison, no. I have no, yeah, my English gets stuck. Delusional, yeah, I think that's the word. They are totally delusional on what they are doing. Zelensky still tries to promote that the Ukrainian army will defeat the Russian army and they will take back Mariupol. That is typical what this Monrad Prime Minister of Denmark actually thought. And the same way that Monrad didn't care about the death of his soldiers, Zelensky feels the same. How the Americans and the British are actually using Ukrainians is well depicted by this actress, who is also fanatically and can't really think for herself and doesn't understand the suffering and the pain that goes with it. So it's a quite nice wake-up call to any of these armchair generals, and these guys are actually shouting for Russia to be more aggressive and for the West to be more aggressive, and the new British Prime Minister that is prepared to push the button and start a nuclear war. I think I'm going to stop here. So thanks for watching. If you like what you heard, press the like button, and if you want to hear more, press the subscribe button. And thanks for now. I'll see you again. Cheers.